right, welcome back to the channel. This is the continuing video on the 17 Ultra Limited. We're doing a stage 2 on, and now is the point where we put the adjustable push rods in. And again, we're starting where we left off. So the engine is still top dead center, front cylinder. I went ahead and put the cam cover on with the new gasket, and we're going to go ahead and put it back together. So as always, you need to put new O-rings in. We're going to put some new O-rings up here on top, and we're going to put new O-rings down on the bottom. These come with the kit while we're at it, so I don't forget. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the rear as well. As everybody knows, we all have a tendency to forget stuff from time to time. Anything we can do to help eliminate forgetting. All right, now, two more here on the bottom. I went ahead and put a little bit of lubricant on those. Okay, so I'm going to start with the intake side because it's the one that's furthest back. All right, and then we're going to spin that down. All right, we're going to go ahead and go in here with the intake push rod first, the one that's furthest back and hardest to work with. So it has a lock nut on it. So what you want to do is go ahead and spin down the adjustment part so it seats itself onto the lifter. It takes a little bit of time. Give your hands a good workout, that's for sure. I've had my hands cramp up on me several times doing this. You just have to keep at it. These videos take a long time to make, and I try to keep them going so you can see everything. I want to give a shout out to my buddy JJ up in North Carolina. He called asking a few questions. We appreciate the call. Hope to see you soon, JJ. All right, so we've got it seated. Now what we want to do, let me grab my push rod tube keeper so I don't have to fight with that. It's a little tool I made out of a short bungee cord. It'll just keep the push rod tube lifted up out of the way so it doesn't aggravate. Don't need much, just a little bit of help. Okay, so now that'll hold it out of the way. So what we'll do is we'll take the 1/4 inch wrench, hold the bottom stem, get it where you're comfortable, and then we'll take, actually let me do it like this. Come around, grab it, that one like that. Grab this one like this. All right, so we're going to turn it until it feels pretty tight. It's usually only about a half turn. All right, now if you'll notice, there's 6 sides to this bolt. They want you to turn it 4 turns. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. So if you're counting the flats, that'd be 24 flats. usually you're only going to get about this much movement anyway. So start counting the flats. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so let's just leave that right there, just like it is. We're going to let it bleed down. I'm not going to lock this lock nut down yet, but I am going to just bump it up there by hand so that when I go to test the push rod, see if I can turn it, it won't give me a false indication. All right, so now we can go ahead and work on the exhaust side. Put it in here and do the same thing. And we're going to get this seated where it doesn't want to turn freely, right there. Okay, now we're going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24. All right, we're going to leave that sit for a while. Now, sometimes this can take up to 30 minutes. I've seen it take up to 45 minutes. I've seen it take an hour. So at this point, I'm going to stop the video, and once these bleed, I'll come back and we'll continue on to the next step. Hang tight. All right, let's check our front 2 push rods and see if they have. Oh yeah, that one's done. Yeah, they're done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's tighten down the set bolt there, or the nut, the jam nut. Tighten down the jam nut. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blue Loctite on there. There's a debate about whether you should Loctite these or not, but I'm not going to debate it when one of these comes loose. So we can debate all day long, but I'm not going to debate about it. I'm going to make sure it don't come loose. I'm just going to put just a little drop of blue on there. It ain't no big deal. And then we'll spin that down. The big debate. I ain't debating nobody. I don't want it to come loose. All right. Until I want it to come loose. Then I want it to come loose. All right. Okay, so that's tight. Now, let's do the exhaust side. Hold this up. Put a little bit of blue on it. We're going to lock it down. All right, that should hold it. So we're going to go ahead, seat these down like so. And we're going to go ahead and push this up into its home. You always want to make sure that it is actually seated, because it'll give you a false sense of security if you don't. Just want to make sure you get it to go all the way up. Then come in here with the clips. And if they don't go in easily, something ain't right. All right, again, I'm just going to come up here, push this one up nice and easy. You'll watch it go in stages here. I'll purposely not line it up. Okay, that's not lined up. All right, so you keep moving it around, and boom, see, it went just that little bit more further, a little bit further than a lot of times I have myself done it, thinking that it was seated when it wasn't. And then you get a leak, have to come back, got to redo everything. Okay. So now at this point, I'm going to turn the engine backwards, find top dead center here on compression, rear cylinder top dead, and then we'll adjust the rears out. It's the same process as the front. You just got to put the engine in the right position, and that's done with timing marks. There's timing marks in here, but I do it a different way. There's several different ways of doing it, but the process is exactly the same. I'm not going to bore you with it. It takes forever for these push rods to bleed down. So in the next video, we will be doing the Thundermax install after I get the fuel pump situation fixed here, or not the fuel pump, but the check valve replaced, so that we don't have any fuel leak where the fuel line connects to the gas tank. So for right now, that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead on my own and put the 2 push rods in the rear. You've seen it before. It's the same process. Again, I'm repeating myself. But the next video that'll come out after this one will be the Thundermax. We'll go over that probably go in pretty good detail on that one. I didn't do such detail the last 2 or 3, but I think I'll do another pretty detailed one and see how it goes. All right. So for now, thanks for watching. I'm Steve Carr. We'll talk to you later.